The early 1960s marked a transformative period in American music, particularly through the emergence of Bob Dylan, whose unconventional approach and raw talent reshaped the folk music landscape.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cue music.
This is Movies First with Alex First.
Between 1961 and 1965, Dylan's journey from an unknown 19-year-old to a controversial musical innovator unfolded against the backdrop of profound social and political change in America. This period, masterfully captured in A Complete Unknown, demonstrates how one artist's evolution paralleled and influenced the nation's cultural transformation. The story begins with a pivotal moment. Young Dylan, guitar in hand, seeking out his idol Woody Guthrie in a New Jersey veterans hospital. Guthrie, suffering from Huntington's disease and unable to speak, listens alongside Pete Seeger as Dylan performs a song written specifically for him. This encounter proves fateful, as both established folk singers recognize Dylan's exceptional talent. Seeger, particularly, becomes an early champion, helping to open doors in the folk music scene. The film portrays Seeger, played by Edward Norton, as a purist whose love for folk music transcends personal ambition, making his support of Dylan even more significant. Dylan's rise coincides with a period of intense social activism, as the civil rights movement and anti-war protests reshape American society. His music captures this zeitgeist, though his relationship with fame proves complicated. While appreciating recognition from established artists like Johnny Cash, portrayed with muscular presence by Boyd Holbrook, Dylan shows increasing discomfort with his growing fan base and the expectations placed upon him. This tension becomes a central theme in the narrative, highlighting the artist's struggle between public demands and personal artistic vision. The film delves deeply into Dylan's personal life, particularly his relationships with artist and activist Sylvie Russo, a character representing real-life Susa Rotolo, and folk singer Joan Baez. Ella Fanning brings remarkable depth to Russo's character, effectively conveying both the adoration and heartbreak of loving someone as mercurial as Dylan. Monica Barbaro's portrayal of Baez is particularly noteworthy, with her mellifluous tone capturing the essence of the folk singer's distinctive voice. These relationships reveal Dylan as a complex figure, a wandering soul whose dedication to artistic evolution often came at the expense of personal connections. The narrative reaches its climax at the 1965 Newport Folk Festival, where Dylan's controversial decision to embrace electric guitar creates a schism in the folk music community. This pivotal moment represents not just a musical transition, but a broader cultural shift, embodying Dylan's refusal to be confined by traditional expectations. The film's treatment of this controversial decision underscores the artist's commitment to authentic self-expression regardless of the consequences. Director James Mangold, working with co-writer Jay Cox, known for Silence, demonstrates a remarkable commitment to authenticity. The production took 5 years to complete, with actors performing their own music and vocals, a challenging feat that pays off in the film's musical authenticity. Timothée Chalamet delivers a nuanced portrayal of Dylan as an enigmatic figure driven by artistic conviction rather than popular approval. His performance captures Dylan's aloofness, restlessness, and unrelenting pursuit of his artistic vision. The film's attention to period detail extends beyond performances to capture the look, feel, and sound of the early 1960s. This dedication to authenticity helps create an immersive experience that brings to life a crucial period in American musical and cultural history. The soundtrack features both Dylan's hits and lesser-known works, providing a comprehensive musical backdrop that enhances the storytelling. Scoot McNairy's portrayal of an ailing Woody Guthrie adds a poignant dimension to the narrative, reminding viewers of the folk tradition Dylan emerged from and ultimately transcended. A Complete Unknown succeeds in portraying Dylan not just as a musician, but as a cultural figure who refused to be constrained by conventions or expectations. Through careful attention to historical detail and strong performances, it presents a compelling portrait of an artist whose influence continues to resonate in American music. The film earned an M rating and receives an 8.5 out of 10, reflecting its success in capturing the essence of an artist who continued to evolve despite the protests of his early supporters. As Dylan himself wrote, "The times they are a-changin'," a sentiment that the film powerfully illustrates through its portrayal of this pivotal period in music history.
You've been listening to Movies First.
Available at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or your favourite podcast player. You can also stream on demand at Bytes.com.
This has been another quality podcast production from Bytes.com.